cent is one of the most famous and sought after error coins in numismatics. It gained significant attention when it was discovered shortly after its release, and it continues to be highly prized by collectors. This MS-64 specimen fetched a sum of $71,409.38 with buyers fee. Here is highly sought after Sacagawea dollar, 2000 Cheerios dollar in MS-67 condition. Famous Cheerios dollar that was struck from a special reverse die hub with enhanced tail feather motifs. The coins were only dispensed in Cheerios boxes for a special promotion. Once discovered, the promo ended and the few known were rare. On the slab of this elusive gem was his signature of Thomas D. Rogers, retired sculptor engraver of U.S. Mint. It was sold for $6,250. Moving on with his 1941 Washington quarter in PR68 plus condition. A 1941 Washington quarter in PR68 plus condition can be considered a rare and valuable coin, especially if it has been graded and certified by reputable coin grading services. The plus designation indicates that the coin is at the higher end of the PR68 grade, making it even more desirable to collectors. This NGC graded quarter was bargained for $3,600 with buyer's fee. Here is 1941 Washington quarter in PR68 plus condition, CAC proven super proof gem, an amazing rarity from a proof mintage of 15,287. Impeccably preserved mirrors shine with dominant silvery color as well as subtle gold, green and pale pink iridescence, lending to its originality, fully defined as expected with astonishing eye appeal, an exciting piece for the collector. It was sold for $8,800. 1912 S Lincoln Cent in MS65 plus red condition. The 1912 S is a challenging date to acquire with full red color, and it is particularly scarce at the gem level. This high-end beauty boasts lovely copper red coloration and strong luster throughout. This one was sold for $3,112. This is 1959 the Roosevelt Dime in MS68 condition with full bands designation, very nicely toned with bold, vibrant satin mint luster that brings out the olive gold, icy blue, and rosy hues on both sides. The eye appeal is totally original, and even with a strong glass, it's bothersome finding any flaws. This elusive 10-cent piece ended up selling for $5,287.50. This is 1919 OS Lincoln Cent in PR68 deep cameo condition. The 1919 OS Lincoln Cent is indeed a rare and highly sought after variety among coin collectors. The OS variety refers to a situation where the coin was struck at the San Francisco Mint, but the mint mark S was omitted from the coin's design. This mistake occurred on a small number of proof coins produced in 1990 at the San Francisco Mint. The absence of mint mark was not intentional and was a result of minting error. It was sold for $4,600. Here is 1926 S Lincoln Cent in MS64 red condition. According to Stax Bowers, were rare CAC approval and full red mint state example of this well-known condition rarity among 1920 cents. The obverse exhibits warm golden orange color that gives way to more of a pinkish rose hue on the reverse. Both sides are frosty in finish with bold strike and pleasing smooth appearance. The 1926 S is a low mintage affair by the standards of the Lincoln Cent series with just 4,550,000 pieces produced. Here is 1909 SVDB Lincoln Cent in MS64 red condition, a fantastic key date with alluring luster and great surface quality. The 1909 SVDB cent is highly sought after and rare coin in the field of numismatics. It refers to a Lincoln cent that was minted in 1909 at the San Francisco Mint and bears the initials VDB of the coin's designer, the Victor David Brenner, on the reverse side. The rarity of this coin stems from its limited mintage and historical significance as the first year of the issue for the Lincoln cent. Due to its scarcity and popularity among collectors, the 1909 SVDB cent often commands a high value in the coin market. This one was sold for $4,000. This is 1981 S Susan B. Anthony dollar in PR70 deep cameo condition. As struck with brilliant, sharply contrasted surfaces. Exquisite gem for modern dollar coins
Tuz koymamışsın diye.
collectors.
Yaygın
It
adına
ended
razı
up
koymuş.
selling for $1,273.05. Here is 1910 Lincoln cent in MS67 red condition. This beautiful coin offers the technical quality and the eye appeals that Lincoln cent collectors would want all of their coins to possess, but few of which actually do. Frosty surfaces are as bright and fresh as the day the coin emerged from the dice. The color is original and highly attractive. Both sides feature a blend of salmon pink, golden rose, and medium orange shades. Fully struck and free of even the most trivial blemishes, it was sold for $24,000. This is 1952 D Franklin half dollar in MS67 condition with full bell lines, beautiful rainbow tones throughout. This piece is one of the prettiest toned Franklins showcased at David Lawrence. CSA approved for quality, this true gem ended up selling for $17,000. This is 1941 D Jefferson nickel in MS68 condition with full steps. As perfect as specialists could hope to find, with radiant mint lusters throughout and towering strike for this issue. This super gem boasts incredible eye appeal, with delicate iridescent toning of violet and rose when closely examined. The surfaces are the key factor here, nudging close to absolute perfection with just a few minute signs of handling. It was sold for $11,400. A wartime error penny 1944 D Lincoln cent with D over S repunched mint mark, graded in mint state 66 plus read by PCGS. Scarce and desirable Lincoln cent variety. This is a strong over mint mark. The secondary S is evident clearly protruding from the top of the D. CEC approved for quality. It was bargained for $13,500. This is 1965 Lincoln cent in MS67 plus red condition. The 1965p Lincoln cent is very common, especially since over 1.49 billion examples were struck. Only in MS66 condition is it somewhat scarce, yet still thousands of MS66 examples should still be out there. Keep an eye out for high-end MS66 examples, since those are very scarce according to PCGS, especially since examples in MS67 condition are very difficult to find and truly scarce, despite having a very large mintage. This elusive specimen was sold for $4,050 with buyer's fee. And here is 1971 Lincoln cent with double die of verse, graded in mint state 66 read by PCGS. This is an easy double die of verse to spot, although perhaps not for the obvious reasons. Doubling is certainly readily evident on the word liberty, the motting God we trust, and to a lesser extent, the date. More prominent, however, is the fact that the verse is struck from a slightly misaligned die, with the result that it appears to be somewhat off center, bursting with bright, satiny, pinkish rose luster. Both sides are silky smooth, and sheen to preclude notice of even trivial distractions. Fully struck and sharp, an undeniably beautiful coin. It was sold for $3,120. Rare error coin 1972 as Eisenhower dollar. Double struck. Both strikes off center, graded as PR67 cameo by NGC. The first strike was approximately 40% off center toward 12 o'clock. The second strike is about 35% off center toward 1 o'clock. The date and the mint mark from the second strike are bold. The date and the mint mark from the first strike are faint, but visible due to north of their second strike impression. Colorfully toned apple green, cream gray, and autumn brown. A dramatic error on a brown Ike. Proof 40% silver Eisenhower dollar. It was sold for $7,800. 1913 D wheat penny in MS66 plus red condition. A charming gem that sports vivid rose red luster to smooth satin surfaces, fully struck as well, and a delight to behold. The 1913 D has a respectable mintage of 15,804,000 pieces, and it's among the more readily obtainable Denver mint issues in early Lincoln cent series. While there are enough mint state coins around to satisfy less discerning collectors, advanced Lincoln cent specialists will be disappointed by the prevalence of poorly struck pieces among the survivors. This elusive specimen was sold for $23,500. 2002p Indiana quarter struck on a dime planchet, graded in mint state 64 by PCGS. A wrong planchet error on a briefly produced type. The Philadelphia mint mark is bold and complete, though close to the edge. The Indy race car and the Washington bust are also complete. The date and E pluribus unum are off flam. as is most of United States of America. It was sold for $17,400. This is 1944 Jefferson nickel in MS68 condition with full steps. This superb gem boasts incredible eye appeal with delicate iridescent toning of violet, rose, and lemon traces when closely examined, with the toning on the devices while the surrounding fields are satiny silver white. The surfaces are key factor here, nudging close to an absolute perfection with just a few minute signs of handling. For identifications there is a minute fleck missing from the dome of Monticello. It was sold for $22,325. According to NGC, despite a fairly substantial mintage, 1925's cents of desirable quality are quite scarce. Worn examples are quite common from widespread hoarding during 1930s and 50s, and mint-state pieces of so-so quality are likewise available. Fully red gems are very rare and tend to be much darker in shades than Philadelphia mint cents. This issue is perhaps not quite as hard to find with decent strike as its Denver mint cousin, but the typical 1925 cent is mushy on one or both sides. The dies were used way too long and may have been improperly hardened as well, but the result was coins having blurry and grossly distorted features. This specimen fetched the sum of $4,920, and this is 1932 D Washington Quarter in MS6, the 6th condition, magnificent example of this popular key date. Satiny surfaces display lovely original luster and crisply struck gem details. Coin features excellent eye appeal, tied with just one another example at PCGS for the finest known. It was sold for $64,500. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on the fascinating world of numismatics. See you in the next episode. 1909 VDB cent in PR67 plus red condition, another CEC proven super rare gem. The 1909 VDB Lincoln cent is indeed a notable and historically significant coin in the Lincoln cent series. It was the first year of issue for the Lincoln cent, replacing the Indian head cent, and it featured a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The initials VDB stand for the coin's designer, Victor David Brenner, and they appear on the reverse of the coin at the bottom. In the initial minting of 1909 VDB cent for circulation, the designer's initials were quite prominent. However, public sentiment at the time led to concerns that the Brenner's initials were too conspicuous, which could be seen as an act of vanity. As a result, the mint quickly modified the design to reduce the size of initials. While the 1909 VDB Lincoln cent is not considered extremely rare, its proof versions is more limited in numbers compared to regular circulation strike. This superb gem ended up selling for $194,062.50 with buyer's fee. This is 1961 D Washington Quarter in MS67 plus condition. Undoubtedly from an original mint set, this originally an attractively toned Washington Quarter displays the most vivid shades of emerald, orange, and gold, particularly on the obverse. The surfaces are delightfully smooth and the luster is nothing short of intense. Also available in an absolute sense, the late date 90% silver Washington Quarter issues such as 1961D are surprisingly rare in the finest mint state grades as here. It was sold for $24,000. And this is 1939 D Jefferson nickel in MS68 condition with full steps, a scarcer variety from the second year of Jefferson nickel production. Faint gold and peach tones dominate the patina, with tints of powder blue accenting the rims. The luster is uniform and satiny across each side, complementing the overall untouched surfaces. This variety is remarkably challenging in grades above MS66, and exponentially more so when the full steps detail is considered. It was sold for $26,400. This is 1914D Lincoln cent in MS64 red condition. According to NGC, though sharply struck 1914D cents are found, most have moderate die erosion and loss of detail. The lapel of Lincoln's coat being a shallow feature of the design, often lost to severe die polishing. This rarity is often faked by adding a D mint mark to the Philadelphia coins or by shaving down the first four on the 1944 D cents. Both alterations are easily detected. This specimen was sold for $4,320. According to Greg Reynolds, on January 25, 2023, a new auction record for a common coin was established. A 1919 Philadelphia Mint Lincoln cent brought $412,500. This penny was PCGS certified as MS69 with full mint red designation, and it was approved by CAC. It is fair to theorize that the CAC sticker contributed to this extremely strong price. This coin is only pre-1934 cent of any type that has been graded as MS69 by PCGS. Here is 1946S Washington quarter in MS68 condition. Approaching perfection, this tantalizing smooth 46S quarter does not reveal so much as a single trivial detraction. Potent frosty luster is very much in evidence, however, as its beautiful toning in crimson russet, orange gold and silver rose colors, simply exquisite. It was sold for $14,950. This is 1934 Washington quarter with double die obverse, graded in mint state 65 plus by PCGS. A dramatic doubling is readily evident. On In God We Trust. This is a flashy, vibrantly lustrous specimen. Vaunted Stella Colbert registry set with supremely rusty ice white surfaces and bold striking definition, nearly pristine on both sides, with simply outstanding eye appeal. It was sold for $2,937.50. Here is 1910 Lincoln cent with a punched mint mark S. S stands for San Francisco branch of the Mint, graded in mint state 67 red by PCGS. A pristine example of this rare variety with vibrant olive gold coloration across each side. The fields are blanketed in dense, matte-like luster, complementing the more satiny texture of devices, incredibly sharp throughout, and spared from notable blemishes of any sort. A highly sought-after variety, the 1910S FS502, is an underrated variety that sits in the shadow of more famous varieties like 1958 and 1969S. However, advanced Lincoln collectors recognize its true rarity, and it's often jewel in the most specialized collections. It was sold for $19,200. And here is 1922 Note D Lincoln cent with strong reverse, an outstanding choice uncirculated survivor of the popular and conditionally challenging 1922 Note D cent. The obverse is typically soft in strike, although all major design elements are fully appreciable in the absence of wear. Sharply defined throughout the reverse, with ample pinkish raw luster on both sides. Minimally toned, this premium quality example is more red than brown. The most desirable of three die pairs known for 1922 Note D cent. Die pair 2 is missing the mint mark due to overzealous polishing of the obverse die. This representative of rare error variety in MS64 condition ended up selling for $63,000. This is exceedingly rare 1958 Lincoln cent with double die obverse, graded in mint state 64 red by PCGS. According to Stax Powers, an intriguing variety and exceedingly rare coin that stands tall among the highlights in the present collection. A particularly strong double die in the 20th century US coinage series, all types included. The spread to the doubling is wide and pronounced on the letters in the word liberty, and the motto In God We Trust. Less pronounced doubling is also evident on the digits in the date, particularly the 8. The spread on the lettering rivals that of the famous 1955 and 1972 double die obverse cents, although the extreme rarity of the 1958 double die obverse means that this variety is less well known than those other. This is 1971 D half dollar struck on a 40% silver planchet, a fascinating and rare wrong planchet error. According to Stax Powers, an issue that was produced using the Zanu Copernical clad composition struck on a 40% silver planchet in error, as the Denver Mint used that composition for its 1970 D half dollar issue. This planchet was obviously left over from the preceding year's coinage. Boldly struck with satiny luster, both sides exhibit only the lightest suggestions of toning to otherwise silver-gray surfaces. Exceedingly rare, of great significance to advanced mint error enthusiasts. It was sold for $9,900. Here is 1945 D Jefferson nickel in mint state 68 condition with full steps. These delectable, superb gem exhibits virtually flawless surfaces. The strike is razor sharp throughout, and there is not even a single detracting abrasion. Also beautifully toned, both sides are layered in soft pastel iridescence of sandy gold, pale pink, ice blue, and mint green. Simply gorgeous. The surfaces are simply incredible in their preservation and are graced by delicate pastel hues. It was sold for $2,880. This is 1972 Lincoln Cent with double die obverse, graded as MS67 read by PCGS. According to Heritage, only the 1955 and 1969 as double die cents are more obvious than the 1972. These amazing super gem exhibits fiery orange mint luster with reflective surfaces and eye appeal galore. The word liberty is also doubled towards the south. The words in God we trust on the obverse are also strongly doubled towards the east. It was sold for $12,925. This is 1966 Washington Quarter in Mid-State 68. The 1966 Washington Quarter was struck in staggering numbers. However, numismatic interest in the issue as a whole was generally non-existent until the recent escalation of registry set competition. Decades of commercial use reduced what might have been a universal common coin to one that is conditionally rare in topmost grades. PCGS reports 6 coins in MS68 with just single finer. It was sold for $5,760. This is 1936 Lincoln Cent with double die obverse, graded in Mint State 65 read by PCGS. According to Stax Powers, a lustrous deep mint red example with bold golden red surfaces. The strike is sharp, and as expected of the assigned grade, there are no serious blemishes noted. Doubling plain at date, liberty, and all peripheral legends. One of the boldest of all double die varieties in numismatics. Not so bold as 1955 double die obverse cent, but not far off that mark. It was sold for $4,800. Here is 1921 Buffalo nickel struck on a cent planchet. This error coin was cleaned according to PCGS, therefore assigned and uncirculated details without grade by a grading service. Due to significant size difference of planchets, letterings of obverse are struck off the flank. This elusive nickel was sold for $3,120. This is 1945 S Jefferson nickel in Mint State 68. Both sides exhibit subtle but colorful oil slick patina that is accented at the selected border areas by some deep russet brown toning. Although not quite full at the center of reverse, the strike is well above the average than that often seen on 45S nickels, as dictated by a superb grade rating. There are no marks or other surface distractions. It was sold for $1,320. This is 1965 Roosevelt time struck on a 90% silver planchet, graded as AU55 by NGC. This is one of the most popular wrong planchet errors in today's market, a transitional one that involves a 90% planchet that the Mint ceased using for regular issue dime production in 1964, with 1965 dated dies from the first year of regular issue copper nickel clad coinage. According to Stax Powers, otherwise properly struck, although accuracy does compel us to mention trivial softness of detail along the left obverse and upper reverse borders, boldly to sharply defined elsewhere with bright brilliant white surfaces that retain appreciation